Here's breakfast. You know, it is like anybody can make an omelet. I have created a scramble instead. So, sausage, eggs, few peppers, delicious salt, and some black coffee. It's a great way to break the fast. In 4 months, I will be 40, and I am trying to refocus my efforts so that I can win turning 40. When playing a game, there needs to be a winner, and I intend to be that winner, but there also needs to be an opponent, and the opponent is my blood work. I am going to be focusing in on how I can make my blood work be as spot on for a woman of 40 as I possibly can. I've got my diet fairly well dialed in. The thing that I am struggling most with is adding in those little bits of exercise that are going to help me get to that final 40 position where I win. I have struggled to get any form of exercise going regularly the entire time that I have been on a quest to improve my health. I'll find something new and exciting to myself that I'm like, yes, I want to do that. Like I did boot camp last year with a friend at the YMCA, or Pilates with a friend at the YMCA, or doing my walks with my husband that we were doing so regularly until travel and work and life kind of just overtook that. And I've also had tons of different types of equipment, an exercise ball, one of the weighted hula hoops. That's actually like really fun, and I can't figure out how to go the opposite direction. I also have, you know, like the elastic bands that you can use to have some resistance training. I have tons of DVDs. I have tons of things in this house that I could use to be effective at moving my body and strengthening my body. I just haven't found anything that has just like clicked in my brain as let's do this. And what I want to do is formulate the habit of just doing something and staying with it. I have a rebounder that was boxed up from the previous house that we were at, and I finally unboxed it. And then it sat for, I don't know, it's embarrassingly long amount of time, probably like 6 to 8 months. It sat outside in our garage, and it's a collapsible one. So it's easy to pull apart and then to fold back down and store out of the way. But it just sat there, and then I set it up, and then it became like a spot to set things on top of for a while. Got that all cleared out, and for the past several days, I have been going out there and rebounding for at least 15 minutes. Now that sounds really minuscule, right? That sounds impossibly small. How is that going to impact anything? But James Clear wrote in Atomic Habits just to get 1% better. And so I am actively working on that 1%. I thought I would bring you with me as I show you what I eat today. I do follow a keto-friendly lifestyle, so that's what you'll be receiving today. Side note, performance gains, true endurance, taste is phenomenal, and the impact is huge, huge. In fact, I think that for me, I need to cut down my serving size to about, I don't know, maybe half, maybe 2/3 of a full serving, because, you know, I'm not exactly a tall person. So, and that's something cool you can do with supplements like that. Same thing with like electrolytes. You can adjust to your own personal needs. So I think as I continue to try out the True Endurance, I'm gonna reduce the amount a little bit. Okay, we have been busily working away here at the house. Lesson work for homeschooling, cleaning the house just for regular upkeep, and I'm burning up. Even though it's like not even 30 degrees outside, it is very warm in here. Normally on busy days, I wind up choosing the quick, easy, least resistance path to food. And that usually means falling back on my nemesis, pecans, pepperoni, and pepper jack cheese. However, I am really laser focused in on trying to improve my blood work, so I'm trying to make the different choice than falling back on the old standbys, and I'm choosing instead to do things that are just as simple, but just might be a little bit less, I don't know, bingeable. Lunch today is a quick version of my homemade General Tso's chicken. I have the recipe and video here on my channel and on my website if you would like to see the entire recipe and get that sauce that I use. I had some pre-made up in my fridge, so I just did a quick skillet version of that. It's not exactly the same, obviously, since none of my chicken is breaded or fried, but it does give me that taste, which is what I'm really craving right now, and it was much, much faster. I'm gonna have some bubbly. I did top that with some homemade mayonnaise, which clearly I need to replenish, and that'll be lunch. Okay, hey, it's been a bit of a whirlwind since lunchtime. We have places we need to be, and so we need to head out. This evening is kind of jam-packed. My husband is working today and will not be home for dinner. While we're out and about, I'm gonna be contemplating what I could make for dinner for myself, and yeah. That's the next piece of this puzzle. Here is dinner. I've got a stuffed burger patty and I have some Brussels sprouts. This has 2 slices of the Sargento's pepper jack cheese in the middle of it. And it's actually my mini meatloaf recipe, but I had too much for my pan, so I just turned it into a stuffed burger and it looks delicious. And then these crispy Brussels sprouts, I cooked them in a skillet with some avocado oil and some salt right there. I also topped my little stuffed burger with some homemade mayonnaise and decided on some stone ground mustard this go around. So there is dinner and water to drink. Finally, tonight, I'm going to have a cup of decaf coffee that I treat myself with a little bit of heavy cream. That's going to do it for today's eating while trying to focus on getting my blood work in order.